I remember even as a little girl, she would say, always save up for a rainy day. I tell my kids now, birthday gifts, I love to give, but you're getting some stock. Everybody, on your birthday, which one you want? Because we want to make sure that they're going to have it for their children's children. Then it's working for you. You can be anything you want to be. The only thing stopping you is you.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in love and relationship, but you can't get so lost that you lose you.
It's okay to be single. It's okay not to be dating. Date your own self, or understand your own self.
I walk in favor everything I do, and I tell that to my kids. Believe it, you can achieve it, it is yours. There's no one that's going to stop you but you.
My dad has always said that you need to make sure that you can take care of your own self. Take care of your own self.
Yeah.
Don't, like even I can remember I was going to move out and have a roommate, and he was like, do not. You can put it in your name. Should anything go down, and put it in your name first of all, and make sure you can handle it, just in case you need to say you can go on and get out.
Right.
You go on about your business.
You need to
It
make
was fun.
sure that you take. But building on the financial literacy that our parents have taught us, what I do want to make sure that our children understand, or what I do make sure that they understand, is that it's never too early to start.
Right.
It's never too early to start investing. It's never too early to look at retirement. What are you going to do? How you want that to look? It's never too early. There's a benefit, understanding that there's a benefit of doing it right now. Yeah.
And for me, it's too, I always go back to, my grandmother would always say this. I remember even as a little girl, she would say, always save up for a rainy day. And I can remember going through her pantry or cupboards, and she would just have canned goods of this. And I'm talking not canned goods, the metal ones. I'm talking about canned fruit and vegetables and things. You always knew that there was food in the home. You always knew in the backyard, full of fruit, as far as your eyes could see, plum trees, peach trees. I mean, and it was readily available, and they would take that and they would make jellies and they would make all these things. And I always knew that they had it. We didn't have a lot. We weren't
But you
born
weren't
with
without
a silver spoon or anything of that, but we always had.
Yeah.
And there was enough for everybody.
That's what I was thinking.
With my kids, it is really showing them, yes, now building up on that, as we talk about building up on, what does that mean for us today? There's nothing wrong with having a little garden. There is nothing wrong with having that, but also having the stocks, the bonds, and things like that available in real estate, so that you constantly will be able to give to the next generation. Is much bigger than you. I tell my kids now, birthday gifts, I love to give, but you're getting some stock. Everybody, on your birthday, which one you want? Because we want to make sure that they're going to have it for their children's children. It's just, but that was the building up on, save up for a rainy day, because you never know when that rainy day is going to come.
Yeah.
And I was taught to live underneath your means. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to purchase it or buy it. But I like that, with making sure that you're giving your children the stocks, investing back into them. And I've done the same thing with mine as well. Yeah.
And also building on that is teaching. I want to make sure that, and I make sure that they understand how money works and how to make money work by itself. It's self-sufficient. When you put your money here, making sure that it becomes self-sufficient and it begins to go, it's like a seed drop that keeps growing. And so going back to what you were saying with the trees. So so like building on what our parents or even our grandparents taught us, like, you say how, they had the jars of preserves and this and we would go visit grandmother and we would leave with all these things, right?
Yep.
See, y'all say grandma,
I say grandma.
We say my dear.
Okay, yeah.
Big Mama, I had Big Mama and Mama Lorice.
Grandma and grandmother. The Anderson side was grandmother, and grandma was the Smith side.
But the trees, like if you sit back and you begin to think about what's happening with the trees versus crops, right? So crops, you have to replenish every year or every season, every 2 years or every year, depending on its season, right? So that means that you go and you get its produce, what it produces, and then you have to till the ground again, and sometimes you have to switch it out. Like this is no longer, now you got to switch because now the ground is good for the next type of crop, right?
Okay.
And you got to be smart enough to know which one to put. You got to
know, and you can build on that when it comes down to money and financial independence, right? But the other thing is a tree, because you mentioned the tree. Tree, you don't have to replant.
Right.
A tree is constantly producing and dropping seeds.
Yes.
And you want to be like that as well. There is something about you, there is a value in the crops.
Right.
And tilling and redoing, and sometimes it makes it rich for the next type, right? But the tree, you don't ever have to replant.
Right. It's there.
Listen, the wind can come and blow it, and it's gone. It's still gonna be there. And the next year it has its fruit. And the next year it has its fruit. And the seed is being dropped. And not only that, it's dropping and it's making new. It's dropping and it's making new. And so you have to make sure that your money is working for it.
Exactly.
It's
even
working
when you're
for
sleeping,
you.
It's working for you.
It's working for you. And so I think, you can build on those kind of things, right?
Absolutely.
So we must be talking about finances today, huh?
Well,
there's man. Okay,
we do have a topic, but we're talking about finances today. I love it.
I will say this. I will say, because we're things that we wish we would have caught, right? They're understand, or later in life we're like, oh,
yes,
and you just want to make sure you're building on that, with the kids. So, most y'all know that my mom passed from breast cancer, and but one of the things that she wanted me to be was a doctor. I really feel like it's because I said I wanted to be a doctor when I was little, and then she pushed that thing, right? Yeah. And so in my mind, because she passed early in my life, I was 18. It always almost became one of the dying wishes, even though it really wasn't. It's like, I'm gonna be this doctor. I told my mom I was gonna be a doctor. Man, I went to pre-med and school and all this kind of stuff, and found out that was not my jam. That is not what I wanted to be, but I feel like now what I want and what I make sure that my children understand is you need to be what you want to be. And you need to make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you are loving what you do. And I understand sometimes you could be in the valley and it's like, but you need to walk in a place like, I really love what I do.
Yes.
And that's important. And sometimes you may think it's this thing right here, but then it switches. That's okay. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a failure.
No.
Yeah.
We change. We grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's y'all's thoughts on that?
Yeah, it just takes me back with, I was told that I was going to be a nurse. My mom told me I was going to be a nurse.
That's what you're going to be.
And I ran from it. I was like, I'm going to join the Army. Ain't no way. I'm going to do whatever I wanted to do. Many years later, guess what? Girls walking with this packet. Army sending people to nursing school. Boom. I became a nurse. So I think it is, but she saw something in me even as a little girl.
Yeah.
I was always cleaning up for my grandmother's friends or braiding my grandmother's friends' hair if they were sick, or I've just been that kind of person, caring, compassionate. So they just saw that in me. I think there's nothing wrong with us seeing stuff in our kids to say, but I feel like what you see is the greatness that they can be. And so that's what I press with my children or instill in them. You can be anything you want to be. The only thing stopping you is you.
Yeah.
And if you want to do it, guess what? We're going to move heaven and you know where else to make it happen if that's what you want to do. And if you decide to change your mind, it's okay.
Yeah.
You can start in one thing and decide, nah, this is not for me. That's the beauty of life. Figure it out. As long as you are, I'm supporting you as long as you're constantly moving.
Right.
Now, if you stop, then we're going to have some problems.
Yes. Don't say.
Are moving.
Yeah.
I support you 100%. Be the best that you can be in whatever you want to be. So, and that's, I mean, isn't that the great thing about just life itself? Like, just be whatever you want to be. Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And it was specific, a fourth grade teacher. Back in the day, they used to say that a child is either going to make it or break it at fourth grade. And so my dad was in education. So I wanted to follow into his path, his footprints. So I thought that that's what I was going to do, went to college. And that wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. And then I got stagnant. I did not know for about 6 months what I wanted to do anymore. Because I was so focused on teaching and that just didn't appeal to me anymore. You change.
Absolutely.
And so she's got the fan out. Which
we'll come
brings
up with
in
another
conversation. The fan. There's another conversation we're gonna have in a few minutes because my mother said something too. So anyway, and I mentioned as well is that we went to McDonald's and sat out there. She had her coffee. I had my egg McMuffin, and we sat in that parking lot. And she says, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, this is probably not going to make you and Dad happy, but I want to join the military."
Wow. Yeah.
And at least there I can find myself and figure what I want to do. And that's what I did. Loved my military career, but did not want to stay in the military. Probably should have now. I'm a little jealous now. Now I wish I could have retired there. But I have not. I'm so glad that my parents allowed me to shift. Because it's my life, and they can only provide me with what they can. But in the end, I have to make my own decision on what I want to do when I grow up.
Yes.
So I'm not, complaining. I'm glad I had the support.
Wow. So we talked about this fan.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I would have to say that for me, I do wish that I understood menopause better. Again, I mentioned this earlier in this episode that my mom passed when I was 18. Those are things that we didn't get to talk about, right? So, and then the other women in my life, they had some type of medical condition or situation where maybe they had they had menopause beforehand, early in life, too early or whatever, or something like that. So I never got a chance to have a conversation about why I feel this way and, why I feel like I'm about to pass out. And I used to be able to go to sleep just like that and sleep through the night, wake up. And now it's just like, it is hot, and my husband will say it's 62 degrees in the house, and he's going to bed with his hat on his head. And so Arctic jacket, and I got the fan, I got the AC on, the ceiling fan on, and I got a fan on my face, and I'm still coming in.
I love it. Yeah, it's funny.
Understanding that, I just want to make sure, and I know that my daughter, because she hears me, I'm saying stuff, I'm like, girl, be ready for this, be ready for this, be ready for this, But yeah, I do wish that I understood it a little bit more, because I would have known that that's what was going on, even from even from a sexual point of view. Just all of that, how my body changes and how mentally I'm changing or changed. Yeah. How long it takes. I didn't know it took, like, you have to be like a whole year without a cycle. And that means that you're like, nah, really? Okay, and then what that even entails, like, that's like a whole production. I'm going to say production of events. And what is happening here? Is this normal?
Right.
So anyway, I don't know.
I like that. So we talked about the menopause. And I wish my mother and I would have had this conversation just more on women's health and the things that women go through. I know transparency, I had a hysterectomy because I had fibroids.
Yeah.
And we just could not get that under control. And the doctor and I, now I almost fired my doctor because she already knew immediately what I needed to have done, but I didn't know, I thought, hysterectomy, and I'm in my 40s now when I went through this, early 40s. I thought it was for women in their 80s or 90s. I didn't know what a hysterectomy was, and I'm like, granted, I'm divorced, I was engaged. I wanted one more child. And so I wasn't ready to just throw in the towel, and so I had to do my own research and then had some conversations with my mom about it. And she did also help me come to the decision that I needed to make. But it was, once you had that hysterectomy, now you're in the menopause and life is different.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, then you're not dating, you're single, and then that also brings on women's health issues too.
Yeah.
I would say I agree with you all completely. I feel conversations, just growing up, we just didn't talk about it. You didn't talk about sex. You didn't talk about your lady parts and all of that. Those are just conversations you didn't have.
You had to sex ed in school.
Talk about man parts.
We didn't talk about no parts. Okay? No parts. Okay?
It was done through school.
Right. But I
where I live, it wasn't even in school.
Michigan was done in school.
It was done in school,
third grade.
Because of the
we started in third grade.
Yeah, what was that mandatory video?
Girl.
In PE or whatever it was. And everybody's uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. And as a matter of fact, the boys had to leave the room on the part for the girls. But then for the boys, the girls got to stay into the room. You're like, what is going on? Time out. Stranger danger. This is crazy.
Folks giggling and stuff like that. This is serious.
I know.
It's so funny, but it's because I feel that they didn't. It's just generational, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel like my grandmother told my mother much about.
It wasn't ladylike.
Yeah, you just didn't have those conversations, and if you were talking about sex, that meant you were having sex,
right?
So,
right.
We just didn't have those conversations. But there's so much missed in between that now I do want to have those conversations. My daughter shares stuff with me that sometimes I just,
you say,
just listen.
My pearls, my pearls.
But I'm glad we're having a conversation. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, where'd you learn that from?
Comfortable enough to have the conversation with mom.
Yes, and I love it because
I do.
I love it because it's like,
girlfriend,
I find out what is inaccurate information that she's getting, whether it's from her friends, TikTok college, whatever it is, and then we can have the discussion and make the correction. Hey, no, that's not how that works. This is how that works. And I mean, I remember pictures of like, hey, this is this. So I'm glad that they feel comfortable,
And you're learning some stuff too,
Oh,
because there are some things that, what?
yes.
Oh. You're going, I mean, this is what you guys are going through, and this is what's being discussed, and these things are happening that, it's a two-way street.
And comfortable enough to say, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Love it.
Yeah.
And now, it's just there's never a shock. It's just like, okay, well, let's break this down. What else you got?
Yeah.
So that part, I love that. And now I'm even pulling my mom into those conversations. Oh, Mama, did you know?
And then they'll shock you. Now you want to talk about it, Mama.
Yeah. Now you're interested. Oh, they like heart. What?
Right.
Oh, Daddy over here chuckling. Well, what? Huh? Oh, now you want to share some stuff. Oh,
So
man.
It just makes it like this evolution from one generation to the next. Man, how empowering is that, and how liberating, I would say it is, that you could just talk about anything. Those things that were so taboo before.
But look how far we've come.
Yes,
because like you said, you have your parents, then you have us.
Yes.
And then we're raising a different generation.
Yes. Yes.
A new and improved generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they are.
Communication, our prayer is that communication is more open and more honest.
Yeah.
But we also understand that people may not have that growing up, and even to the day. So we hope that people are able to find that in their own tribe or community.
Yeah.
I feel like that religion played and plays a big part in that, is interwoven into that as well. And I think even that is something that I personally want to make sure that my kids understand, is that you still have emotions, you still have feelings. Let's talk about that. Whether it be sex or anything else, let's talk about that. These things are not taboo.
No.
They should not be.
No.
These things are who you are.
Right.
And let's have a whole conversation about, we should not be uncomfortable with this.
Right.
You know, and I want you to come and talk to me, wow. This is crazy. I was just thinking about how we go from, okay,
You're a fan. You're a fan. In the middle of my conversation. My thought, I see this white thing.
I do feel like
the Beyonce thing.
I do feel like that. I said religion, but I do also feel like that it is, or I can only speak about myself. My perception has been that religion has been the crutch that we use to not do things as well, to do things and not do things.
Okay.
And so
I think, an example for that?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to be, I'm sorry if I'm being controversial. A woman has a place.
Okay.
A man has a place.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get outside of that place, somehow you're not a godly woman, or you're not a godly man. For example, a woman's place is to come home, run the bath water for her husband, make sure his shoes right beside him. Don't listen at all times. Do not ever disagree with your husband. Don't, he's the one, period. That's it. That kind of stuff. Like, you don't have a value. Like, your voice is not valuable. That's what I mean.
You're more than a rib.
I think that there's a way there's a way to communicate, but that's on both sides.
Right.
There's a way to communicate. And that's something I want to make sure that my kids understand, that you are valuable, whether you be a woman or whether you be a man. And that each one of you should respect the other. And sometimes, my husband like to clean. And I
yes,
let
he
him.
does. He's good. He's good at it too.
You know, I let him, and he does a very good job. When we first got married, I would be in the kitchen, I'd be cleaning up and everything and this, that, and the other. And Randy would come back through and be wiping down the boards, the baseboards and stuff like that. Hurt my feelings like I ain't doing a good job. But after a while, I saw that blessing. I said, wait, I'm tripping.
Okay, you are tripping.
You were good.
You better stop it.
You were good, So the stereotypical places, I feel like that's what I mean. That this is not; those things are not. It can be true. It could be if that's you, if that's who you are. It's okay, right? My dad. We were talking about this the other day, earlier today. My dad liked to cook meats. When I was younger, my mom used to do all the sides, but my dad would cook those meats. Oh my gosh. And it was just so delicious. He was a good cook,
Yeah.
So so that's what I mean by that. Like the perception that if we step outside of the lines, that somehow we're not godly, and that has nothing to do with that. I think that's what I mean by that. Don't lose yourself in the taking care of people. You should be a servant. You should want to serve other people, but not to the point where your foundation is not there. Like you don't have a foundation. You have not set up those boundaries where you are making sure that you are taken care of. You're having the free time. And that's one thing I want to make sure that my kids understand. Step away. God rested on the seventh day and he blessed it. That thing was so good. Like he said, I did this and it was good. And I did this and it was good. And I did this is good. But I rested. He not only said it was good, he said I blessed it. So it's good to rest and step away. We see in the word of God how Jesus, he got away, right? And so it's good to do that. Don't feel like you have to, your whole life is full of taking care of mothers, and spouses, and children. You're working all the time like that. That's your image. That is not true. So I think that that's one thing. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I grew up where my mother she worked outside the home and then came in and started her second job is her family. And I never saw that she had a break. Now, she may have had a break when she went upstairs and closed that door and maybe had some crying spells because she's overloaded, stressed. She's so much into caring and raising and making sure her family is good and we didn't know how to check back in with our mother. We loved our mother, but we didn't know the energy and the compassion and the love and the strength that it took to raise a family. And so I know every now and then, probably every couple years, I know she might escape and go away for the weekend. My dad would put her up in a hotel and she would just, whatever she wanted to do, she can do. But that's one thing that I really wish that she and I did have a conversation about, is that it's so important. You can love your family, support your husband, but you have to still leave room for yourself. Because if you don't leave room for yourself, depression can sit in and so many other things that you can even lose your self-worth. And so that's one thing. My mom passed away in 22, and we were having some critical conversations towards the end of her life, and some things that I had no idea. My mom was a strong person, but she shared some things that she considered were weaknesses about herself. And I actually thought that they were her trump card, her something that really made her valuable. But you saw it, or you see it as something that is less than. So yeah, I just wish we had more conversations, because I can also through my mother, self-identify with some things that I actually followed in her same pattern.
Yeah.
And it left me many years just depleted. I was so done. I didn't have anything to give even to my daughter at times. That, those are those conversations that mothers and daughters need to have too, as they're raising families or even being a single parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, y'all said some good things. Oh my goodness. Going back about the church, let me just say this. I feel we can get it wrong because we make
Not the church, religion.
Religion. Okay. So there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference.
Thank you.
So religion, but I don't know. I think I put them kind of together because people do use that term
loosely.
Yes. Remembering that it's about your relationship with Christ.
Say that
which
again.
is different.
Say that again.
Which is totally different than what you give on Sunday mornings. It's about your relationship. And if you haven't established a relationship with Christ, then you will be confused.
Yes.
Confused to the point that you think you're supposed to give 150% to a man, to a organization, to a
Your job.
ministry, for whatever it is, it is. And that's not the intention. It is about loving him, and I mean Christ, and then giving your service. But I can't serve and give my best to him if I don't take care of my own home.
Right.
And home represents me.
Right.
So if I'm giving 150 over there and I'm only giving 10 over here in my own home, there's a problem, y'all. There is a disconnect. You cannot. And that's where so many people, religion becomes a cult. And you have to be very careful.
Or doing church becomes.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
And it hits home because people will take religion and beat you with religion, and it can cause depression and low self-esteem and low self-worth, and I'm not as good and that is not God's intention for us
At all.
We are masterpieces. He designed us so, and we all have skills and individuality and talents to bring to the table, and not to put one particular person up as an image.
That's good, Melissa.
I'm telling you, I can talk about it because I've lived through religion, but it's about relationship. And when you understand that, your world will be changed. Your world will be changed. What was the other thing that you were talking about? I was like, oh, that's so good. Oh. You talked about religion. What else did you talk about?
Me or her?
The home structure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. You were talking about whether or not women have a place. I'm just going to go back to
and doing too much.
Well, but also the piece of, it says, men love your wives as Christ loved the church. He gave his life. So to me, that means we are both in this thing, and we are both loving each other to the point that I'm serving you and you're serving me. And when we're serving each other, no one can have lack. So if you feel like you're the only one that's constantly doing, there needs to be a coming together, a meeting of the minds. It's easy to get lost in love and relationship, but you can't get so lost that you lose you.
Right.
You can't. Because when all the kids, then they grow up and they're gone, and it's the two of y'all looking at each other in the house, is the love still there?
Right.
Do I still know me? Do I still know you? Those date nights, those things, they're essential. Don't lose and don't do so much that you don't recognize you anymore. I still like going to the movies. I could go by myself. I could go to dinner by I'm good with that because I love me. So we've got to get to a point as women having those conversations. I have a friend just recently going through a divorce, and it's almost devastating because in the process of the marriage and raising the kids, she lost her. She said, I don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life has been wrapped around this unit.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point of checked herself in a mental hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
It is.
So as you're going through life and you're doing life and you're caring for everybody else, as you guys mentioned, don't forget to care for you.
You gotta carve out that time for yourself. You gotta replenish.
That you enjoy.
Yeah.
And don't lose that.
Yeah.
You have to build those boundaries. I would say don't start anything you can't finish, but it's okay if you do.
Yeah.
Just be aware that you need to communicate. Oh, okay, wait. I love like this part right here. I'm gonna stop doing that, and this is why. But even before the marriage, you need to know who you are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, whether it be a woman or a man, you step into this. And these days, it don't even have to be a marriage, just a serious relationship. First of all, too quickly. But anyway, you step into and you have not had enough time with your own self.
Yeah.
Like after you are like, let's just say a relationship doesn't last, you're ready to jump into another one.
Yes.
And you haven't had enough time to heal. You haven't had enough time to make sure you know who you are, period, right?
And learn.
You're walking in with perceptions that are not necessarily true, but learning from what happened before, eating it, spitting out the bones before moving forward. So even like the losing of yourself, sometimes you go in you ain't found yourself in the first place.
So you're not quite sure what you really are.
Or you went into it, you haven't found yourself because I think if I found myself before I walked into it, I wouldn't have lost her in the first place. Or he wouldn't have lost himself in the first place.
Or the good parts of me.
Like no, I like this. This right here, I like me. I like me. You know, this right here, this I like. You know,
pretty cool. She's pretty cool.
You don't want to go? I'm going. You know, I like this, right?
Yes.
Because you walk in completed.
Yes. Whole.
Then you're two whole people coming together, right? And that doesn't mean that you're perfect because there's things
no.
But you complement each other and become customized with your wholeness.
Yeah.
Right.
I like you being imperfect and you kind of like me being imperfect.
Right.
Okay, so we can do something together then.
That's the compliment.
Yeah. And I want to make sure that my kids, I say that a lot, understand.
Yeah.
It's okay to be single. It's okay not to be dating. Date your own self, you know, or understand your own self. You like it because why? Because she like it? You like it because he like it? What do you like? You know? And I think that's really, really, really important. Yeah.
You said something.
I'm a good dater.
But it's building upon what our mothers taught us. My mom will always say that. Don't start anything that you are not willing to continue and finish. So if that means, and I'll give you an example. I've always been the one that would fix my husband's plate. I love that. It's just something I enjoy. If I make the meal, I want to serve the meal.
Look.
I just love that. I mean, but no one else in the world may enjoy doing that, but I
She like doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, if my kids are there, I'll even fix it for them. I love doing that.
I'm laughing at Kelli.
Maybe they wouldn't have got divorced. I don't know. It's a long time ago. But hey, I am still willing to learn. I'm willing to learn for my next relationship.
But I'll never forget my mom having that conversation. She's like, baby, I want you to think about whatever you're doing, you're going to have to always do that because you're setting a standard for your home.
Right.
But that's just a part of who I am. is serving. So it just brings me joy. Cooking brings me joy. Serving brings me joy. So I can continue to do that. But if I ever got to a point that, and I don't do it whether you appreciate it or not, it's the joy it brings me.
Right.
And
I
think that's the difference of I'm not doing it to do it for him. I do it because it brings me joy to see your face when I put that plate. Oh, that looks well, all right then. So it's about you as the individual. But that is building upon what they have taught us. Don't start something you're not able to continue or finish. It's important because you can lose yourself in that little small concept. You can lose yourself.
That is true.
I think open communication though is also there because, like, you know, we don't know everything, and so we do this thing, and then all of a sudden, as why am I doing it? I don't like this. I thought I did, but I don't really like this. I feel like you still should have open communication to be able to adjust. Everyone people, no matter if it's a work relationship, if it's a spouse, a marriage, or friendship, or whatever, parent to child, you should always give people room to adjust.
Yes.
Give them grace and respect that. Yeah.
You know, we had a conversation where my mom had told my little brother, he's like 6'3", little brother, and I, that she wished that she would allowed us to see at times their disagreements. Because she felt that she didn't do us a service. She did us a disservice because there's a way to have a disagreement with your spouse, with someone that you love. You know, you're careful of the things that you're saying, but you're still trying to get that point across, but you're not being destructive with your words. And so, you know, my parents didn't raise their voice. They never cursed at each other. We saw at times, but a lot of times she would take those conversations behind closed doors, go outside and play, you know, whatever. And so I appreciate her saying that, because then when you go into relationships, you've got to kind of figure out how to disagree or agree to disagree, or disagree and not yell and not curse each other out, or not say things that you can't take back. And I had to learn my mouth could get me into a lot of trouble if I didn't guard it. And there were times I didn't guard it, and my older brother said, we need to talk. You know, I need to have that conversation with my sister, because although you could be saying the right thing, it is how you're saying it and why you're saying it is a big difference. If you're doing it to hurt somebody, or to crush their spirit, that's not how you play fairly in a time where you're trying to learn each other and trying to understand a disagreement. So, I had to learn some things the hard way. So sorry, Mr. Eddie Moore. But I mean, we're the best of friends now. We are the best of friends now. We don't even argue, but we do have some disagreements. But it ain't nothing like, I know he'd be like, oh my God. Girl, I should have fixed that plate. I should have fixed that plate.
You should have started it and finished it hard. Let me stop.
But you know, it's to learn, because you know, you learn from your parents. You usually learn from your parents or that parent how to handle certain situations. And so
this is good.
Yeah.
That's good. You know, so I was thinking opportunities. I was thinking about, it's something one of y'all said, and you made me think about it. Opportunity, you shouldn't wait for things to fall in your lap. You should go after that. That's something that I see my father do, and I want to make sure that my kids see that. Opportunities often come to those who ask, who negotiate, right? Who apply themselves. The early, what is the old saying? The early bird gets the worm. are not afraid to take calculated risks.
Yeah.
You have to be a great chess player, or just take the risk.
Just take the risk.
Just take the risk. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Why? Because even if you fail, that's still education.
Learning.
It's still even if it's financial. Even if you say, "Man, don't," the statement shouldn't be, "I wasted all that money." The statement should be that education cost me some stuff.
Hurt a little bit,
But it's just I just paid for the education.
Yeah.
That's it. That I just paid for the education. So I feel like that is something I want to just make sure that. What is it? Was it Alexander Hamilton? Is that the show where he said, I'm gonna take my shot? I think he kept saying, "I'm gonna take my shot." You got to take your shot.
Absolutely.
You have to ask for it. And don't be manipulative.
Oh gosh, no.
Don't be like, "Oh, this is what's happening and this, that, and the other." And you're hoping that the other person or the other situation would come to your aid or do a thing for you by saying manipulative words. No, just ask for it. Just negotiate it. Just articulate what you want. You'll find out people there from the masters. As you surround yourself with masters, they might not tell you everything, but there are some crumbs that fall from their table, and you'll be like, "Oh, shut up." And a lot of times people want to tell you how to do it if you ask.
I agree.
And no is not permanent. No is not always permanent.
Yeah.
No could be a no for a moment, and it may require you to take a step back and do your own research.
Yeah.
And turn that no into a yes, and then bring it back to the table.
Understand the no. I think understand what are they saying no to,
or why,
or is it
why?
Yeah. Thoughts on that? Any other thoughts on that?
I'm gonna tell you, I believe in two things: positivity. Even when you're talking about going after something, my belief is always going with it. I can achieve that. It's gonna happen. I believe in it. And then there's another part of me that calls that the favor factor. I walk in favor, everything I do. And I tell that to my kids. Believe it, you can achieve it. It is yours. There's no one that's gonna stop you but you. So it is, and I think that changes your mindset where no is just not right now.
Right.
It's just not right now.
Temporary.
Well, it's no from you. But
it's gonna be it's a yes for them.
Well, thank you for telling me so quickly. So I could
quick
listen
and found that yes.
And that's funny. It's not about a boasting in me or
right.
No. It's about the goodness of God, that He will open up doors of opportunity because I trust Him.
Yes.
And that's something that with my children, I want them to have that solid foundation to trust and believe that He has your back and He's in your corner. So no, it's not right now.
Right. That's good.
Even at any age, I want to make sure that my children understand at any age, it is never too late to take the opportunity.
No.
Never find yourself saying, "Oh man, I wasted. It's too late for me now." No, it is never too late. You can reclaim your time.
Yes.
It is always, you can reinvent. You can, you know what I'm saying? So, and life, as well as, if you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is, I don't care.
I like that.
It never takes a straight line. I don't know any situation that ever takes it is always a journey. So my kids, they know I always say, enjoy the journey.
Yes.
Even when you're in the valley, enjoy that right there too. Appreciate it, in other words. Yes. Appreciate where you are. Feel it. Don't try to stick your head in the ground and not feel it. Don't try to, what is it called? Disassociate.
Right.
Don't try to disassociate from it. Feel it so that you understand it, so that you don't come back to it.
And that it drives you.
And that it drives it, and that you're learning from it. What am I supposed to learn from this right here? Because it's not your if it is in a valley, it's not your destiny, right? But it is a step that is needed to get you to wherever that mountain or whatever, that peak of whatever.
I like that. It's never too late. I mean, there are so many people, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, people are going back to school.
Yes.
In their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, whether it's to go back for their GED, their diploma, undergrad, master's, and doctorate's degree.
And it's beautiful.
And I used to tell my mother, I says, whatever you ever want to do, Mom, you're never too old. I said, Colonel Sanders started KFC at 76 years old.
Come on.
76. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, figure it out. Let's do it.
Yes.
76. He started KFC.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
And so, don't, and I know you'll probably appreciate this. And don't be afraid of the birthing pains.
Oh, don't be afraid.
Like, you got to push through this, as you said.
Not as bad as you think. Not as bad as you think.
Well, sometimes it is pretty bad.
With some good medication. With some good medication.
I need y'all to bring this.
Just for the
get some peace.
That's a whole nother episode.
How we gonna get this video out? Because I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
I need somebody to come up and take my hand. That is too funny.
It's so true. I just was watching something the other day. A guy, I think he was 66 years old, and he always wanted to be a doctor, and he was a successful entrepreneur. I don't remember the industry that he was in, but he had always wanted to be a doctor. His teacher had told him many years ago he would never be. And so that stuck in the back of his mind. I want to be a doctor. And at 60-something years old, he went back to medical school. So, and he is now Dr. such and such. So,
that's nice.
You can't let people put things in you that don't belong to you.
Yeah.
You gotta say, I don't receive that. That's not for me.
Yeah, say that. Say that right there.
Steve Harvey was
and don't trip because
he's a stutter. His teacher told him he would never be.
Yeah.
And look at Steve Harvey now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust your instincts. I think that's important to make
and
sure
believe
that
in your
our
dreams.
kids know to trust your instincts. If you feel uncomfortable with something, move on. If you feel comfortable, okay, trust your instincts. Stop comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Not stop. Don't.
Yes. Don't do.
Don't compare yourself because it will put you in a place of so many things can be birthed from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. Like from anger to just walking in a place of unforgiveness. You are unforgivable. Feeling like you are an unforgivable person. Like you've done things that are unforgivable. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I mean to say. Don't compare yourself so that you can. You can be healed at any time.
Right.
Yeah. When you're ready, you can be healed. Right. But healing doesn't take the same time length as somebody else, the time period as someone else. Someone may appear to be healed quickly and it may take you longer.
And be careful. Be careful who you're looking at that you're comparing yourself to.
Right.
It's surely not social media because I'm gonna tell you right now that is not true. So
yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we have maybe about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that we may have not taken on, or maybe we did take on or wish we took on from our parents, but we definitely are trying to make sure that our kids understand? Anything else?
We covered so many things. And I am so grateful that we had this opportunity to just kind of go back and think about all the things that we're building upon from our parents now to our children. Just so many things.
Okay. So I have 2 more things.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. I was gonna make sure that I want to take over. I feel like I always take. But did you? Do you have one?
No, I don't. Okay. No, I'm laughing at you.
Okay.
She knew she had 2 more things. I don't know why she even did that.
Hurry up.
Do y'all have any more things that y'all?
Okay, so the one is just like a statement. I wrote this down. So many women and men, people wish they had worried less about the small imperfections and spent more time enjoying the present. And we kind of talked about that earlier. Just don't let the small things go. And I know that that's easier said than done, right? Because I always say, well, what does that look like? What does that feel like? How do I do that? Tell me how to do it. Like, I get what you're saying, but tell me how to do it, because I've never been taught that, or I'd never, I take my hand and show me how to do that, right? So don't, like, you should deal with the small imperfections, but be very self-aware that it is not taking you through life. You know what I mean? And that you're able to lay it where it needs to be and then move. The last season, we talked about the bags that we carry. Make sure that you put that bag down when it's time,
And don't use it as a crutch.
And don't use it as a crutch.
Sometimes it's just a crutch.
Yeah. And I think life is so much, I don't know, the little things that we are consumed by in the big scheme of things, they just really don't matter. I always say this, if you are, and it's just the way I operate. When I get to that point where I'm feeling down or blue about something, I have to think about things that are bigger than me and the things that I am grateful for. So how do I pull myself out of that moment? What am I grateful for? What do I have that is a blessing in my life? All I have to do is think about the children's hospital, all those kids that are there that are dealing with things so much bigger than that little bitty problem that I might be consumed with. I cannot stress the importance of volunteering and helping others, because it takes your mind off of the little things.
For you.
And they just, in the big scheme of things, they just don't matter. Because life it may not be what you want it to be, but God knows it could be so much worse. And others are dealing with much bigger problems and issues. Not that your issue is not big to you, but in the big picture of life, there's still so much that you can give to take your mind off of those things that consume you.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I mean, and I feel like you should still deal with whatever it is, especially if it's something that needs to be dealt with, but understand that that is one aspect of your life out of the billions.
Yes.
Of things that you could be enjoying, right? And that you get to enjoy. That you get to enjoy. That's the one thing that you maybe have to deal with, but think about the billions of things that you get to enjoy. The people you get to experience, and all of that.
I think what you always, I love this about you. You always say, why am I thinking about that? Or why does that concern me so? So it's always a self-evaluation or internal look. Okay, why? Because it must be tied to something bigger.
It's connected.
Because this is small, but it must be tied to something bigger, and that's why it's consuming me. So that evaluation piece is critical, so that you can actually deal with the issue. If not, there are going to be tons of little bitty things that are going to try to bring you into that small space again.
Right.
And I think that that's a part of the enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then on the flip side of that, just a little bit, is that I just like what you just said. And if you cannot figure it out or don't know how to put it where it needs to go, then there's always help.
Yes.
There's always help.
Yes.
I love it.
So seek that help so that then you learn how to deal and cope. There's someone that's not going to be there to judge you, but as you now navigating continuously through life, those little things become much more smaller to deal with, and you can, handle them appropriately.
Yep.
Okay. Last takeaway. This is the one, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. Take the trip. Wear the clothes. Use the dishes.
Serve the plate.
Use the
Sit in the dining room.
Take the plastic off the couch.
Oh God.
Take the tag off of it. Make the call, right? Stop waiting for the right time So we
Right
have
person.
the right person.
What's the right person? What's
Well,
is that another episode? What is that?
Episode.
What is the right person?
Look,
Wait.
right now.
What's the right person?
Think about how you know what? Make the opportunity. So I got these dishes. I do. I got this tea set. It's so funny. I'm sorry laughing because I got this tea set I'm thinking about right now and I ain't never used it. And I got it years ago from when we lived in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And it's just been sitting there. And as soon as I was thinking about this, I was like, wow, I need to use that. And what am I waiting for? In fact, let me make my own opportunity to use it.
That too.
Right?
That too.
Exactly.
Can you think about how many missed opportunities?
Yes.
So
waiting for that perfect moment.
So we
that
don't have to
come.
There's
Every time
always
is a perfect. Every day is a perfect moment.
Yes, every moment. The present.
Yeah. So the shoes. There might be some shoes that you hadn't put on. Just make an opportunity for you. Do it. Enjoy
the right
life.
Yes. Yes.
Enjoy life. I say that all the time to my kids. Enjoy the present. Well, what happens if tomorrow or next week or and hey, I don't know, that could happen. But what's happening today? Are you enjoying today? Can you enjoy today? Enjoy today. Right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my takeaway. Any other takeaways?
I just think about when you were saying that, enjoy today. Many times in many families, you don't take the trips or the vacations to get together, but you do. If there's a funeral, everybody is there. That for me is the most. That person can't even enjoy you, right? Take the time to get together while, and here's that building upon give me my flowers while I still live moment of enjoy your family today. Enjoy your friends today. Let them know that you love them. Let them know how much you want to be around them and support them and at the things that you can be a part of. And don't wait till they're laying in front of you and they can't even hear you. Take that time today. Make today count.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be payable on death.
Right.
It should be in the great by and by. Listen, that's going to happen.
Right.
And let that take. I think the Bible says something about let the dead take care of his dead.
Okay.
Enjoy today.
Enjoy your
payable
family.
On death. Don't, instead of doing everything at payable on death, do payable right now.
In life. Live.
Kids on the investment property. Okay, that's a whole nother episode. So they can enjoy now. But anyway, any other?
Enjoy life.
Okay.
And enjoy the fan that comes with it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We are HERpresence. I am Andrea Wormley. We have Kelli Moorer, and we also have Melissa Benson. It is so good to always have you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Thank you.